In the quiet suburbs of Chicago, a darkness lurked beneath the surface, a story so chilling that even the most seasoned detectives were left speechless. Picture this: a seemingly ordinary man, a loving family figure, a community volunteer known for his charm and charisma, transformed into a monster hiding in plain sight. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the mind of one of the most notorious criminals in American history, John Wayne Gacy, and explore the secrets and shocking truths that remain hidden within the folds of his chilling tale. What would compel someone to lead a double life so devious that it could escape the radar of family, friends, and neighbors? Was there a method to his madness? As we unravel the threads of this harrowing narrative, we dig deep into insights and theories that may change the way you think about crime and justice forever. This story's not just about Gacy, it's about the battle between good and evil that unfolds in our society, an exploration of morality, deception, and the shadows that some men are willing to dwell in. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine a young boy, perhaps your neighbor's son, laughing and playing under the sun, unaware that he's on a path toward tragedy. That boy? Victims of an unimaginable fate. Each one was just a flicker of brightness in a world so easily snuffed out. But wait, what's even more unsettling is the fact that not every victim was a stranger to Gacy. They were boys and young men, some of them lured in by the promise of work, some by the tantalizing allure of acceptance. Gacy, with his silver tongue and charismatic presence, became not merely a predator, but a figure of distorted hope in their lives. So, what led him down this dark alley of fate? At a glance, Gacy was a model citizen, even holding a position as a precinct captain for the Democratic Party. He hosted neighborhood parties and became well-loved by children in the community. But those who peered just beneath his veneer of normalcy would begin to see the cracks. Those cracks were evidence of a troubled past filled with violence, abuse, and psychological trauma that would warp his psyche beyond recognition. Join me as we dig deeper. Was Gacy a product of his environment, or was he purely a creature of evil? Historians and psychologists alike have fed this debate for decades. Some point to the abuse he suffered as a child at the hands of his father, how it shaped his worldview and his interactions with others. Others suggest a more sinister influence, pointing to personalities that shape and warp an individual into something terrifyingly malignant. But as expert after expert delves into the analysis of Gacy's mind, a pattern emerges that leaves us all unnerved. You see, beneath Gacy's charming persona lay a manipulator, a master of disguises who cultivated relationships while harboring dark urges. He guarded his hidden life with meticulous care, but every predator leaves behind breadcrumbs of their true nature. Friends, colleagues, and even his family waved away the signs. Could they have done more? What if? These questions linger in the air like an echo, forever unanswered. As we follow the victim's timeline, an unsettling realization begins to surface. There was a dark symphony playing beneath the idyllic neighborhood life. Gacy lured his victims with charm, entertainment, and the promise of friendship, but once they crossed his threshold, the nightmare began. Just how did he manage to silence not only their screams but the community's concerns? His complex web of lies was both a shield and a bait, drawing innocent souls into the jaws of monstrosity. This haunting narrative takes us on a roller coaster of emotions. At times, we feel anger bubbling in our chests, anger at the system, at society, at Gacy himself. Questions swirl around in our minds. How could this have happened? Why did it take so long for the truth to come to the surface? And, stitched into this tragic fabric of betrayal, is the realization that there are countless Gacys out there, hiding behind ordinary facades. While many see Gacy as the simple emblem of pure evil, would it surprise you to learn that experts have come together to dissect his psyche in ways that bring forth profound revelations about humanity itself? They argue that understanding Gacy's psychology is not only essential for criminal profiling but also crucial for preventing future horrors from occurring. When we hold a mirror to such darkness, we see reflections of our society, our vulnerabilities, our secrets, and our failures. Gacy was ultimately caught after police began to connect the dots of missing persons with the alarming truth about his home. In a moment that could have been snatched straight from a horror film, authorities discovered the chilling evidence hidden beneath the floorboards. The boyish laughter of young lives extinguished, buried beneath the remnants of a mother's garden. What happened to them? What were their last thoughts? Each missing child's face told a story, stories that linger in our collective memory, urging us to remain vigilant. The police uncovering Gacy's true nature and confronting him led to the unearthing of not just bodies but the absolute soul of evil itself. As the trial began, the complexities of the case multiplied. It wasn't merely a story about Gacy, it spiraled into a larger conversation about law enforcement, community awareness, and societal responsibility. How could people stay blind to the abominations occurring within their midst? What role did societal norms play in the creation of such a monster? Gacy's defense team painted a picture of insanity, claiming he was not in control of his actions, but many experts would argue that this was an enormous misdirection. They remind us that understanding the abuser does not absolve their crimes. While they explore the depths of depravity that influenced Gacy's behavior, they also declare that accountability must remain central in the narrative of justice. Do you believe in redemption? The answer varies widely, and as we grapple with the nuances of morality, it propels us to consider the implications of forgiveness and justice not just for the perpetrator, but equally for the victims. Each new detail, testimony, and piece of evidence during the trial seemed to unveil another layer of horror, culminating in the staggering numbers of Gacy's victims, 29 bodies found buried at his home and many others suspected but unconfirmed. So, we ask, where does the story end? Many might think it concludes within the walls of Gacy's prison cell, him reflecting on his life and actions. Yet the truth is much darker. Long after his execution, the legacy of Gacy lingers, haunting not just the families left shattered by his actions, but also leaving a stain on society's perception of trust and safety. What warnings have we ignored in the years since Gacy's horrific reign? How many more Gacys remain hidden, waiting for the darkness within them to come spilling out when least expected? This chilling reality wraps around us like a heavy fog and raises critical questions regarding community vigilance and individual responsibility. Where do we draw the line between innocence and danger? We're left examining ourselves as a society. Each time a child goes missing, how does that scene resonate with the echoes of young lives lost in the tragic shadow of Gacy? This isn't merely a matter of the past. It's a lesson for the present and a cautionary tale for the future, begging the question that many do not wish to face: can monsters be recognized before they strike? As we draw this exploration to a close, we are bound to reflect on several core truths. We may never fully understand what fueled Gacy's malevolence, but what we do know is the necessity of awareness, the power of community, and the unwavering importance of listening to the whispers that often go ignored. Just as you've participated in unraveling this haunting tale, may we choose to be vigilant in our lives, watchful for those signs of darkness hiding beneath the surface. What's stunningly clear now is the delicate balance between light and dark that exists within us all. Remember, it's not just a tale of horror but a call to humanity, a reminder that we must always strive to stand against the darkness. Together, we can work toward a world where we not only recognize warning signs, but also nurture a culture that holds individuals accountable for their actions, while extending compassion and understanding toward those who've been victimized. So as you move forward, carry this story with you, not just as a chilling account of John Wayne Gacy, but as a solemn reminder of the fragility of innocence and the strength of community. To withstand darkness is to cultivate an unyielding spirit of vigilance. May your hearts stay engaged, your voices persistent, and may we persistently strive for a world where compassion triumphs over cruelty. Forever forward, into the light.